Last night we arrested Christine McRobbie, who was an investigator with our Child Protective Investigation Unit. This arrest occurred because Hillsborough's CPI unit was notified in July of 2016 of a pregnant mother at a Hillsborough hospital who tested positive for narcotics. So Hillsborough CPI got a case down in their jurisdiction. During that Hillsborough CPI investigation, it was discovered that our own CPI unit, Pasco CPI, had an investigation that was from April of 2016. That was investigated by Christine McRobbie. The parents in this case, the investigation with the Hillsborough CPI, state to Hillsborough CPI they had no idea that they were investigated by the Pasco Sheriff's Office CPI unit. So Hillsborough CPI at that time, last week, notified the Pasco CPI unit, and we immediately started an investigation which led into a criminal investigation. During the Pasco CPI investigation, we had a tip from parent that these two parents were on narcotics. So that's how in April our investigation began, was a tip that these two parents were on narcotics. Christine McRobbie was given the case, and she was the one in charge of investigating it. During our criminal investigation that just occurred this past week, there were contradicting statements, and I could say it was between Christine and these parents. However, the one thing that came out was that Christine McRobbie did make a statement that she falsified reports which state that the father tested negative for drugs. That is the one thing, that's the one reason she was fired. That's the one reason she has been arrested. She said the reason why she did this was she just wanted to close the case quickly. That's absolutely unacceptable. From a criminal standpoint, she committed a crime. From a member standpoint of this Pasco Sheriff's Office, she was terminated immediately because we don't rush on cases. They're thoroughly done, and especially when it comes to a child, you do everything in your power to protect those children. And I want to make sure that everybody realizes we have an outstanding Child Protective Investigation Unit. We have great leaders in there. We have great members in there. And throughout the state, their workload is tremendous. But that never gives anybody the excuse to lie, falsify reports, or to handle something quickly, because you have a young child that you're responsible for. This is probably the saddest part of this whole case, is that the father that was under this investigation stated to the Hillsborough Sheriff's Office that during that time period he was using drugs. So that would have changed the investigation, and who knows what that would have led to. But when we got that really broke our hearts, because it even showed even more that something was going wrong there.